Welcome to the campfire. Today, we're going to be rejoining Stranding 2. Feel like we're making some fair progress here. So we're going to take on an order here. Oh, now we can do standard orders. We can recover that. You know what? Let's do that. And one thing I forgot to do last time, even though I complained, not really complained, I talked about wanting it for the longest time. Should grab a shotgun. Was needing the mech or the equipment. Now we've got it, and I forgot to equip it. Let's put that on cargo management. What's on the ground? Well, this is almost done anyways, so let's recycle. Oh. No. Let's keep those. There we go. What do we have on us? Alright, so that's fine, that's fine. Got 3 weapons, 4 weapons. Really? Yeah, let's recycle this. And then do we have... Yeah, we have plenty of the blood grenades.
Order accepted. Thank you.
So let's take a look here. Where do I need to go? Okay, so we just gotta go down to here.
Delivery route finalized.
Yeah. We're just gonna run on down here and get it. Because, why not? Probably should get this taken care of.
Take care, Sam.
Yep. Grab the ladder and go. And we're already back. It honestly was just, you go down the cliff and you go back up. I also picked up a bunch of materials that were down there, ready to be grabbed up. So let's put this away, deliver. Take care of that.
Hey, Sam, decided to take... Okay.
Well, what do you got?
I can see you took action.
More music.
You're always there
And that
just when I
gives us
need
a
you.
level 2
Allow me to express
No?
my gratitude
Oh,
for this day now.
lightweight. Got it. And more firmware, which
You have enough
increases
materials.
the benefits
Why don't I
of
increase...
us
Now displaying your current
Got
order
it.
grade.
doing these bridge links and increasing our
You
star
are
rating with each of them.
incredible. And with talents like those, you might even catch their eye. The Tarlake twin. I went and shared another music sample with you, but if you can, I would love...
Well, we will.
That's right. They live on the edge of a tar lake to explore the limits of what a human being can handle. Only
Okay.
interested in meeting exceptional folks capable of pushing said limits. Sadly,
Fair.
nobody has come along that fits. Makes for an interesting... Which has me wondering, what kind of person would be good enough?
Alright, on we go.
Anyway, you might take care, and please...
Yes, we will.
Order completed. Well done.
Might as well take a look here. So we got a standard order, which is just us delivering back down to there. What I might do is, after I'm done, or in between what we do for recordings, I can try to expand our star rating with other groups.
That's the spirit.
Oh, they parked way down there. Fair enough. Can't believe... Oh! The weird mouse-like creatures that are chiral. Yeah. I think might be a result of the anomalies. I've heard of mule syndrome causing people to steal cargo, but I didn't know it could affect animals. I don't know what's causing it, but those little buggers aren't getting into my shelter. I can tell you that much. We need to be careful, that's for sure. Those things are dangerous. Well, they do hurt if they attack you, but from what I've noticed, most of the chiral creatures don't attack you first. If you accidentally step on one, that's when they start attacking you. Alright. Well, let's tack on this one. We'll head out.
Order accepted. Thank
We'll
you.
stop at the Magellan.
You have sufficient means to defend yourself?
Yes. We have 4 weapons on us, plus all the flood grenades. I think we'll be fine. I really don't want to kill people, but I get the feeling that that's not what we're gonna have to do. Let's hop up here, let's drop off materials. Because the Magellan can carry so much. And we can bring it with us this way. Recycle and store. Let's do that. Tack that on, that. So this can hold 1,000 of each currently, I believe. Okay. No, a little bit more than 1,000, so about 1,200 of each. That's what it looks like. And then I know I just tossed away our shotgun, but I'm gonna get us the lightweight variant. That'll help us with having extra weight. Here's our tri-cruiser from before, our original one. I'm gonna change up the design. Alright, I like that. Then we take this from the garage. Top up, and let's get on the move. So, how are we getting there? More or less, if we just go down this way, and then straight down and through.
Delivery route.
Well, we'll meet back up there. Alright. We're getting close, and rain's starting. Never a good sign. Hitting this place up. Hopefully this isn't going to be that bad. I mean, it's going to be enough fun. Anybody can see that.
We're nearly at our destination. See anything suspicious?
Yeah,
Security measures lifted. Weapons
Tons of
detected.
tar.
Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
That's not bueno. I thought it was going to be a giant GP, but alright. Who?
Well now, aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Pigs.
Been a long time, Sam.
Fuck, how you still alive?
Oh, no, I'm just a ghost. Come to take my revenge on you and that bitch Fragile. All the way from
Fair.
the other side. Of course, there's no point in trying to kill you when you won't stay dead. But there are plenty of other ways to make you suffer. Huh?
Well, I mean, it was his group that, got Lou.
The kid kicked the bucket, huh? Shame. Goddamn shame. Now what, are you just lugging that coffin or pod? Going on a walkabout?
Really? I want to talk
Well,
about,
that's
carrying a coffin around.
Even if you don't know a goddamn thing about Lou.
What are you saying?
Where did he get that?
Maybe I can't kill you, you won't die, but you can lose everything you love. And torture yourself for the rest of time, knowing that death will never come for you. So you go on your little walkabout. Go wherever you want, but I will be damned if I let you link up this continent. Not because extinction's my creed, though, no. No, I want to build a world where fear and violence are king.
Okay, so he's just gone
And who do you
completely.
think will come out on top, Sam? You? With your hippy-dippy network? Or me?
Yeah,
With my more
definitely completely batshite.
rough and tumble methods. I can't wait to find out. Just a good old-fashioned boss fight.
He said it. Well.
Cruelty or collaboration? The eternal choice. Let's put him to the test.
And then he gets them on top. Yeah, showing you. Okay. Oh, that's obviously not going to help me any. This one? Okay, so it does take regular
What a hit! Cliche, but that one's gotta hurt.
Okay. Real question. How? Alright. That does some damage. If I can aim for the head, even better. Really doesn't do that much. So headshots are not ideal. What about arm shots? About the same. Well, back to this. Guns is not the same amount. What about those joints? Okay, so she could... No, that could have been... Oh. It does seem to be something. Oh, yep. It definitely does something.
Nice one! That one seems to have done some damage.
Alright. So that's the answer. Keep hitting the glowing reds. Dodge that. And another one. That weapon is now out. So we need... Ooh, let's switch to this. Something needs to be dropped. Got a shotgun, but nothing. Oh. Got it.
Well done, Sam. That last attack of yours seems to have left a mark.
The range isn't great. The damage does seem to be good. This thing didn't move around so much. Granted, that's probably the got it. One more arm down.
That one seems to have done some damage.
Yeah.
Well done, Sam. That last attack of yours seems to have left a mark.
One last hit, two, I guess. One last and it's down. That looked really rough at the start. Jeez.
That was amazing, Sam. Great work. Now let's get this place on the chiral network.
Fair. And we're out of battery. Alright, so that's empty, but we got plenty of other stuff. Alright. Where am I going? Right there. Get on the chiral network and hopefully all the tar goes away. Oh, looks like it's slowly evaporating. Moved our bike up there. That's awesome. Alright. Oh. Let's do this. Oh, this actually looks
Contamination in progress. No anomalies
a bit
detected.
familiar.
Welcome, Sam.
Oh yeah, we're out of stamina, we're out of... Whew. That was a rough fight.
Your name is Sam, isn't it? We owe you one. What in the
Yeah.
hell was that thing anyway? It looked like a machine, but none I've ever seen before. Right. You're barely out of breath.
Yeah.
Doubt any other porter could hold their own half as well. I hope we can
Well,
continue
we've only
to
been
rely
doing
on
a
you.
lot of fighting
This
over the
moment's been a
last
long time coming.
game
Please
and a
use your
half.
Cupid to connect us.
Here, let's take care of that. Wonder what's with the big star. And the Magellan shows up after the fighting's done. Get our floating carrier back.
Now displaying your current order grade.
Phew.
Great. No issues establishing a chiral network connection. By the way, we've sent some folks out to recover the wreckage of that giant only prudent we study it, you know? If we learn anything of value, we'll be sure to relay it to Drawbridge right away. Thanks again for coming.
I mean, if your opponent is using
Sam, this is the President.
big fancy
Due to your
weapons,
tireless efforts, West Fort
well out
Knox
of
is
your,
now part of the chiral network. A great
purview
achievement.
or,
I salute
use,
you.
you might
However,
as well study
this
it.
expansion has done little to address the anomalous activity observed across the continent.
Even if you can't recreate
Elsewhere,
it, so that you can
disruptions in the
understand
tar
its weaknesses.
currents are growing ever more prevalent. Only by connecting all of Australia can we hope to resolve, and by doing so, we will create the optimal conditions. We are one step closer to making the chiral verse a reality, and ensuring humanity. The road ahead is still fraught. For now,
I mean,
though, please take a
what
well-deserved
happens when
break
the next
toward
enemy
PHP
doesn't
Magellan.
put its weak points in giant glowing orange? To be fair, at first I thought that they were just aesthetic because this game likes to do that. Look at the armor for the augmented skeleton. It has lights at the joints.
Order completed. Well
On the
done.
hips, on the knees, even on the ankle. Oh yeah. Let's rest for a moment.
Could use a quick breather.
Hey, Sam, you know that harmonica of yours? Why don't you try playing it for a little bit?
Fair. Do we have a harmonica? Since when do we have a harmonica? We do. It doesn't seem to do anything if we go to use it.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, if I click the harmonica. It doesn't really do anything. I thought maybe like doing this would have done something, but no.
Very impressive work, Sam.
That almost felt like it was mocking me. Very impressive work while I'm sitting there trying to play a harmonica. And it's not working.
Was it really Higgs? He's alive.
He called himself a ghost, but
He found a way back from the beach just so he could kill us.
Jesus, yeah.
it was definitely his
Sounds
voice
about
I
right.
heard. I didn't get a good look at his face, but yeah. He said he came back to get revenge on you and me. Screwing with our plans to link up Australia was just another way to do that.
They were all in red. Just like the ones at your place.
Yeah?
That could have been him too.
You think that was Higgs? Did you see him hurt Lou?
I'm not sure.
Fragile, I need you to remember.
Sam,
I only caught a glimpse,
relax.
but they were all wearing red.
I mean, Sam, he straight up told you.
I had him at my mercy on Amelie's beach. If I'd only finished him off, none of this would have happened.
There. Thank you, Sam. That is the correct way to take it.
Something he said.
Mercy is not a weakness.
You don't know a goddamn thing about Lou. It hit me after. He's absolutely right. I mean, the kid's whole life is a total mystery to me. So I gotta ask. Can you look into Lou's past? Find out what you can? Charlie, you, the ship's crew, you all have connections within the UCA, right? And at least one of you has to have access to the UCA archives that were recovered by the chiral network.
All right, Sam. Let's see what we can find on Lou.
What's with the extra hands? That's the part I don't get yet. And I get the feeling we're just never gonna know, but it was a design choice or a stylistic choice that somebody went with. Also, who the heck designs a unicycle like that? It's definitely sci-fi when there's unicycle. One wheel is not stable.
Really,
Dull,
Sam?
man.
There's such a thing as too tight. Oh. That must have been quite the nightmare. I can't feel my legs.
Dull, man, you're an adult. Could you feel your legs in the first place?
Lou.
I like Dull Man as a character. It's weird, sure,
Sam,
but it does
feeling refreshed, I hope.
kind of add to
Thanks
the
to all your
whole
hard
thing.
graft, the DHV
A little bit of
Magellan
comedy
can get
that just
around
needs
a
to
lot
be
more
there.
freely now. More specifically, we can travel between any two facilities that are connected to the chiral network by way of the tar currents. Naturally, this includes Mexico as well. If you're curious about how the folks in the places you visited are getting on, you can catch up on any recent developments by accessing the Corpus via your ring terminal. And to have the Magellan travel...
Yep, that's fine. There is a thought in my head of going back and getting some star levels so that we can get better leveled equipment. Because just like in the first one, I imagine that increasing our star level with different places that we've already been to will give us higher rating equipment of that, what we unlocked there. But it's not something I'm going to do right this moment. If just because we do... I mean, do I really want to record all that and make everybody watch me just run back and forth between places? Maybe. Is that fair to the viewer? I'm curious what all this...
If you refuse, there will be severe repercussions. But what makes you think you have a choice?
Is that Unger's past? Is it Sam's past? Is it Lou's past?
Sam, it's Charlie. So you know, Sam, Fragile is currently looking into Lou. Meanwhile, Tarman is conducting a separate investigation into the giant mech that attacked you earlier. For now, we would like you to focus on extending the network. That is a task only you can have. As the network grows in size, we will have much more information at our disposal to further our efforts. That said,
well, how
you
would
won't be able
anybody
to
here
proceed
have
until the
information
situation
on
at Westport Knot has been
That's the
resolved.
part I don't
It
get.
appears that they're in dire need of additional supplies, to the point that they don't even have enough to prepare cargo for your next...
Fair enough.
This next order is intended to alleviate... You're to restore the mine north of F1 and its monorail station to working order and link up west Fort Knott. After which, you'll deliver a large quantity of excavated materials from the mine to the settlement by rail. As this is a somewhat complicated order, I'll brief you on the details. Anyway, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. So this is... Contribute alloys and resins to the terminal at the mine to restore the monorail. Then we get the mine up and running. And then we bring everything back. Fair enough.
Alright, Sam. You'll need to work through several steps to begin with. Collect the cache of materials waiting for you on... Take these to the mine north of F1. The location, and when you arrive there, submit the materials using the terminal on site. This will allow you to restore the facility to work. Next,
fair enough.
If all goes well, a large quantity of materials. You'll then need to deliver those materials to West. Consider making use of the monorail located at the mine to make. Upon your arrival at F1,
yes, ideally.
Use the delivery terminal to submit all the material. That's all there.
Okay, fair enough. So we go from here to... Looks like our best route possible is... I mean... This doesn't look terrible, but... We'll head here, and then alternatively we'll just go up here across.
Delivery route finalized.
So we'll start here, take a look, and then go up this way, if we need to. Yeah.
These... If that sounds good to you, and when you're not using the carrier for cargo, you can hop aboard and kick...
Yep, it's fine. Load on the tri-cruiser. Backpack. Tri-cruiser. Fabricate equipment. Oh no, not fabricate. I want to look at our cargo. So we have a ladder, we have a PCC. We don't need this one. We got plenty of those. What happened to our lightweight? Okay, so it's there and fully reloaded. We don't need this one. And we got all those. And better arrangement. Got it. Plenty of extra here. Really don't need the aim assist. Augmented motion scanner. Increases the time for which the results are displayed. Cease to display if you're too close. Cargo binding or sensor change mode. Sensor mode change. Introduces its overall detection area in order to increase the range. This enhancement was developed in order to allow porters to respond to a wider range of situations. Kinda like that one. Kinda like that one. Let's go with that. Alright, then we head out. Get on our bike and we can go. Standard orders in Mexico now. Oh, what's that?
Sam, there's another porter here. And since you brought this site onto the chiral network, perhaps they thought they could make use of the additional data to make a safe run.
Fair.
Want to go and say hello?
Can we go and say hello? Hi guys.
Came in handy.
Can I like you guys? No? Nah, we don't need it. Oh, fine, I'll take your chemicals. Yep, on our way. Cool. Porters will still offer you gifts while you go by. Where is our pathway taking us? Oh, we can tell the Magellan to go somewhere. Got it. Okay. So yeah, we can't go through the cargo container. Whatever these buildings are. I'll get a truck circle. Right now. Just get out of the way.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Let's try to meet up with our route. Here we go. Shoot! Not what I wanted to do. I mean, it worked, but not what I intended to do. Let's see. So this is where I wanted to go to scout first, this section. In theory, we could do this. It would be easier on foot, but in theory you could do it. Let's just go the quote-unquote safe route. Obviously, gate quakes are not something to take a fist at, I guess. And how would you guys taking a fist or sticking? Let alone large numbers of things are very dangerous. Just looking at all yellow. And over here, all yellow. So, alright. We made it. Easy enough. Then we just gotta go the rest of it. Turn back around, so I want to get the paracrystal. Might as well charge up while we're here. This really isn't that far. Kind of reminds me of Death Stranding 1 where sure, there were some routes that just slog to get through. But the most part, it was, oh, you've got to go all this way and do this and that. It's going to be a long, hard journey. 5 seconds out of the door. Oh, hey, we're here. I mean, later in the game it got difficult. I'll give it that.
Almost there.
Especially when you had to trek through the mountains.
Security measures lifted.
Weapons all flat.
No anomalies detected. Welcome, sir.
Alright. Let's put these on us. And just get through here. Do the delivery. Yep. Yes, that's all well.
Not enough resource.
Restore. Multi-select. Yep. It won't let me just deliver things one at a all at once, unless I do multi-select. There we go. Then we can just go.
Well done, Sam. I've never seen a working monorail before. Think of all the stuff it could carry. All right then, why don't we extract...
All right. Contribute minerals to upgrade the mine or materials. Can I mine? Okay, so we have to deliver 2,000 chiral crystals to start the mine up. God. Well, I'll go gather those. Alright. So we have almost 3,000. I figured why not.
Materials.
Yep. And it will give us 4,800 special alloys. We really need a lot of material. Out of this one material.
Very good, Sam.
Yeah. Load cargo. Let's do this the right way the first time. Oh, yep. Confirm. And then load vehicle. And then we can get on the monorail and go. That would be... I mean... Hopefully you can actually, like, tie yourself to it, because holding on with one... Oh, that would kind of suck. But otherwise, it's kind of cool. Alright. And it can carry a lot more cargo than that. So not just roads, you can also do monorails. Got it. I mean, having the roads would be more than a little useful. All things said and done. Alright. We finally arrived. It's not a fast travel, but you don't really have to do anything either. Okay, so what do we do with all that material? Yes. Okay, so it'll just do it. Good. Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you actually manage to restore them? With it back up and running, you'll be able to transport materials from the mines.
Well,
right.
yes.
Sorry. Let's take a look at the...
Alright.
Would you look at all this? I think it's safe to say we'll have nothing to worry about for a while.
Yeah, you could build most everything. And now we can do the off-road pickup.
Found some of our missing stuff, did you?
Well, yeah, it was right there, right next to the mines.
Made some great strides in our research, thanks
Battery
to you.
unit 1, vehicle component.
Right, we'd like you to have this.
So we can fit that inside of cargo, instead of having separate cargo or vehicle types.
Just wanted to let you know that we're increasing the amount of materials you can withdraw.
Yeah. Oh wow, that increased our bridge link a lot. Vehicles to be charged using Sam's battery if we absolutely need it. Swift Mule postbox hacking. Speed that up. Strand contract, okay. Bunch of things that
Here's
unlocked.
a little something extra, as I got them just for you. They sure weren't easy to come by.
What are they? What are they gonna be? Are those the Gordon glasses? Tino01. Sunglasses released as part of the Gentle Monster 2024. They are notable for their balanced structure, square shape. I mean, they look just like the Sam glasses.
At the risk of stating the obvious, it's going to take an awful lot of resources to restore the other roads and monorail. But at least with this monorail operational, you can bring us large shipments. That's going to go a long way towards getting other sections. We can fabricate pickup off-roaders now, by the way.
Let's see what she has to say about it.
It's a large four-wheel drive vehicle.
I mean, it's a truck, but yeah.
Cargo carrying capacity for the hard-working porter. The driver's seat is in an elevated position, and this allows the driver to survey their surroundings more easily and engage enemies with smaller. You can customize it quite a bit.
I think that was something I had a problem with the truck in the first one, was that it limited your view if you were in first person so much. Not that I've ever driven in first person view, mostly because of that. Other monorail lines.
The monorail network was extensive and once stretched across a good chunk of Australia's coast, but repeated exposure to timefall has seen it degrade significantly. And
Fair.
with the constant threat of BTs and armed groups, it's not been possible. If you happen to come across a track layer, be sure to feed it any material, even a small contribution will. Anyway, just something to...
Fair enough. Let's get on the road.
We're so...
You managed to sit. The people here now have more than enough supplies. They should be able to prepare cargo for the next... But first, I have some information. Return to the D...
Alright, fair enough.
Order completed. Well done.
Might as well return. At least this one's right next to the entrance, instead of halfway to the next one. Oop. Sometimes this thing breaks on a dime, and sometimes it really doesn't. Alright, let's go see more storyline. When did she take up smoking is the real question. Though I suppose after her near-death experience there, for the second time.
Sam. How's it going? I have updates for you, if you have time.
I take it you've learned more about Lou?
We followed up on the message Deadman left for you at the lab. About how there was another BB-28, not Lou, who, according to the records, was decommissioned 4 years ago. The first time you and Lou met was about 2 years ago now, when you were entrusted with a BB previously issued to Bridges Corp's disposal.
Yeah?
And together, the two of you made it all the way across North America.
Yes.
Deadman and everyone else at Bridges, they all called Lou BB-28.
Right. Because that was Lou's serial number. You see, we found the records for the BB storage facility. By cross-referencing the data, we confirmed that after BB-28 was decommissioned 4 years ago, Lou was assigned the same designation and placed into storage.
Okay.
So what you're telling me is that instead of getting a new serial number, Lou inherited an old one?
As for Lou's mother, following the C-section, it seems she passed away. And that, pretty much, is the extent of our recent discoveries.
So why pull us back just for that?
To provide support, it makes sense that Lou was kept in reserve. But we still have no idea who approved the serial number reassignment, much less why they did it.
Higgs said there were things I didn't know. Maybe this is what he was talking about.
I think it could be.
Who the mother actually was?
I don't know everything about Lou.
You're playing his game, Sam. Chasing after the past is what Higgs wants you to do.
I need to know where Lou came from. have to know.
I wonder
I'll
if
keep digging. In the meantime,
Lou
you should
actually
get plenty of
was
rest
his
before your next
child.
mission.
Which is why he grew such an attachment to Lou. Personal thought on that one, anyways. But let's see what happens. Time to wake up. Except for it's midnight. We're gonna go back to bed. Sleep till morning. Why would I want to go out at night? Specifically. I mean, I would, but that's just me. Okay.
Sam, it's Charlie. A new order is now ready for you. I'd also like to brief you on your next destination.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
Fragile wants to have a word as well. Visit the delivery terminal in West Fort Knott to take on the relevant main order.
Sam, it seems Tarman decided to leave a few books for you. Right there by your bed.
Books?
Reading is a wonderful way to take your mind off things. Trust me.
Books. Where? I mean, is that them? No? Maybe they're on the table? There we go. So it's Moby Dick. Huh.
That's Tarman's son. He must have placed a photograph in here for safekeeping. This is an important memento. Why don't we go and take it to him?
Fair. Yeah. So Moby Dick, the hunt for the great white whale, and a cautionary tale of never being able to actually achieve your goal, because achieving the goal,
I found this picture in your book.
if it's too big for you,
Is this your
might
son?
take you down with it.
Thank you. Yes. He's still out there somewhere, borne along on the currents, with this right hand of mine. It's due to my connection with said missing piece that I can read the movements of the tar.
Understandable.
Something akin to a phantom pain. You want to hear the story?
Sure.
He reminds me of Alfred.
I was both a medical doctor and a geophysics researcher once upon a time. In those days, the tar currents were a key focus of mine.
From the guy who
This
played
ship was originally built to facilitate
Alfred
my
in
studies, in fact.
But that was Michael Caine, not
Deep
George
tar
Miller.
hunting vessel Magellan, we named it. A ship perfectly suited to pursuing the creatures that thrive in the tar's depths. Another avenue of research, you might say. We called them chiral mammals, for lack of a better name. Seemed like the closest fit. Reckoned if we caught one, we could figure out all the mysteries. The tar, the tides, hell, maybe even the stranding.
Would be
Whoa.
cool.
She's a big one.
Strip yourself in, son.
Tar's looking calm. I'll be fine, Pop.
Okay. Overconfidence.
You seeing this?
Oh. Get back. Get back.
I think she's pregnant.
Oh no.
Hey, Pop.
Oh no.
This is weird.
Storm!
Get inside, kiddo. That. That's as far as you can go. And time fall.
I gotcha! I gotcha!
Oh. Well.
And just like that, the tar took my boy, and my hand along with him.
Well, instead of Tarman, maybe we should call you Ahab? Though it wasn't your fault. Jeez.
At first, I thought this little guy was my son reborn.
If I may ask a question, the hunters that attacked you after you caught the chiral mammal, are you sure they came from within the creature's womb?
Yes. That said, I'm not of the opinion that the hunters were its offspring.
Its womb merely served as a gateway to the other side.
Indeed. The tar and the beach are connected.
But how is a interesting question, I suppose. A chiral creature, flying cat. Yeah. That is depressing. Oof. Alright. I mean, I honestly feel bad for Tarman. Makes you feel for the character. Alright, what are we gonna see this time?
The extraction was successful. It was transferred to a sterilized pod and sent to a separate facility. Ready to proceed with corpse
So this
disposal?
is Lou's memories to some degree, or how Lou came to be. Just strange how it's that way, but... Alright, so we gotta go back down to the Back down to the main facility here. Wow. That was a lot to dump on us all at once. But that is the Kojima way. Kojima convoluted storylines.
Sam, your next
I love
destination
it.
is the Northern Environmental Observatory. Like its Western counterpart, this observatory is a critical facility that will help us to monitor the changes taking place in the Australian environment. To bring it online,
Fair.
You'll have to navigate the canyon to the northeast of your current position. But before that, you'll need to link up another site en route.
Okay.
Sam, the next site we want you to link up is called Rainbow Valley. A friend of Drawbridge's. Once the network connection has been established, they'll be joining us. I recruited them myself when we... You can pick up the order from the... I'm looking forward.
Let me guess. It's Hartman. That would be my guess. So we just gotta go up and over. That's not too bad. Okay. And we gotta deliver all this. So we should get ourselves a truck. Yep, that's fine. Fabricate components, give us one battery for the moment being. I want to change the color. What does it look like the other way? Nah. Maybe? Let's go with this color scheme. And then the decal. The Magellan. Okay. So we're going to take this. And then we'll put all of these onto the truck. And we'll get on our way. Let's see how this looks getting on. Okay. It's not too bad. Alright. The profile is smaller than the truck was, at least. Well, let's get on the road here. Yep. Oh no, we have our things that take us out here. Why are they bothering to walk through the tar is a real good question, but... Then there is a road to take us a little ways up here. At some point I should start contributing more materials to roads and monorails, just for the fun of it. Maybe that's what I'll do on my off time from doing this. Just go have some fun doing side orders and taking care of all that. I did want to push the storyline further in the video. I just don't want to... I'm not so sure on everything else. So I'm sure nobody wants to watch me just run back and forth and do side work, basically. Side quests. I'm not even sure how many people are going to want to watch this, but I'm hoping. Because I love this game. I love the first one. And I really didn't care how few people watched that series. Oh. Well, we got the BTs to worry about now. Yay. Let's charge up. And if we follow the river, maybe we'll be alright. Come on. Yeah, we're gonna have to go up and over. Back around. I don't think we've got too much further to go, so even if we do detect BTs, shouldn't be that big of a deal. Yeah, no, we made it without running into BTs. Fair enough.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted.
And there we go.
Access the delivery terminal to process your order.
Alright, well, fair enough. We had the shuddering motion from getting near BTs, but here we are.
Hold on a minute. Are you Sam?
Yes.
And does this mean the drawbridge has finally come to the valley?
Also yes.
Thank you. I'm glad you could make it. It's an honor to welcome you here.
Fair enough.
Wow, wow.
There we go.
Get any better.
All the way through it.
We'll be hoping to see more of you in the future. The next step involves the...
Yep, we'll do the Cupid part. Let's get through that. So the next big thing is 2 junctures over. At least from that. What is this? A tar cannon. Used to extinguish fires, dousing them with a jet of decontaminated tar, but which can also knock humans unconscious. Okay. Kinda cool. Huh?
The connection looks strong and steady. That cargo you brought along is going to make a world of difference, too. It'll allow us to proceed with our... Hopefully, no more towns will have to suffer the fate of the one down below us. Oh,
Fair.
we've shared our tar... I suspect you'll find it useful. Try it out.
Terraforming.
This region was once filled with lush vegetation, over which birds soared and serenaded, till all that beautiful life fell prey to sudden desertification. We swore to do everything in our power to bring back what was lost. Around the time we got started,
Townfall has that effect.
showed up. With their help, we've been able to achieve a modest measure of success. But moving forward, we have to find a way to nurture and protect what little we have on our own. You probably passed the town I mentioned. At a glance, it might have looked like nothing more than a cluster of massive bulk, but those were once buildings. Places where people used... As the desert kept creeping closer, the town they'd been forced to evacuate. The few who were left behind became BTs. Still, at least the exodus went to plan. There are no void outs at any rate.
Oh.
Tar
Small
cannons
mercies.
Are valuable pieces of equipment that we use to combat forest fires. So these cannons were developed as extinguishers that utilize the tar contained within the earth itself.
Okay.
They leverage the tar's viscosity, making them one of the most effective methods of
Fair, the tar is, at least that we've been dealing with, seems to be not quite water, but pretty close.
You can pick up the cannon and use it on the go as well, but you'll be unable to refill its tar reservoir while doing so. If you find yourself caught in a wildfire, you'll need to figure out when to shoot and when to move in order to...
Oh, so we're gonna have to deal with bushfires. Yes, it is Australia.
Sure that these lands will one day be filled with life again.
I shouldn't laugh about that.
In particular, that comrade. If you're looking to link up with them, you'll find them in the ravine on the other side of the river, directly opposite. Come back and visit.
Fair enough.
Right. Time to meet up with our comrade. Let's see. They should be around here somewhere.
What else can we do here? Nothing. Alright, let's hop into the truck. Alright, so... Oh, it literally is straight across the river.
Disengaging weapons restrictions. Take care, Sam. This river's rising, Sam. We mustn't
Sorry,
underestimate the potential risks.
Demus Doom. Was not my intention.
Might there be somewhere we can cross more easily?
I mean, we were in a truck. Crossing wasn't really going to be a problem.
Okay.
Let's just run up. Rather than try to take the truck.
Please give it your all.
Yep. Okay, so there's another shelter here. Of some kind. Run out of my head.
Nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head. They keep
Is it Hartman or is it Lochner? Mellingen. It's neither. Somebody else.
Raindrops are falling on my head. They keep
Okay.
But there's one thing I know. The blues they send.
Is that the chiral artist?
Won't defeat me.
What would she be doing here?
Won't be long till happiness.
Maybe it's not her, but it just is designed similarly to. Oh, that's depressing. What the? So she can reverse time fall damage?
I think I spooked her.
I really couldn't say. I certainly haven't ever seen her dance like that before.
Okay. So you've seen her before.
Go on, Sam. Follow her into that facility.
That was weird. Don't know who that's supposed to be. And the only person I can think of is the chiral artist, but might not be her. And again, I guess it could be. Don't run. Running looks bad. Open the door. Huh. Just regular water, I would hope. He's pointing things out. Cryptobiotes, and they're being eaten by a plant. And the birds. And she almost doesn't even notice us. Yeah, it looks a lot like the chiral artist, but could just be...
Thanks for coming, Sam. I'm sorry about
Yeah,
just now.
definitely not her.
Didn't know who you were at first.
Not the one I was thinking
You're
of.
the picture of health, Rainey.
You too, little man.
So her and Dollman do know each other.
Some kind of a trick for dealing with time fall.
Rainey, it's been too long.
Fragile.
Can't wait to see you again.
So everybody knows each other.
What are we waiting for, Sam? Let's head to the DHV Magellan.
Okay. I am so lost. So far, everybody in this game and in the previous one loves to do the pronoun game and the, oh, you should totally know who I am. No, I have no idea.
Fragile. Hi.
Hi.
Could have sworn it was going to be Hartman. But no. It's a
Nice to meet you
person we don't know.
Carograms are great, but nothing beats a hug. Well, I'm sure you already know. This is Rainey. She's a good friend of the cause.
It really is a pleasure to meet you, Sam.
Nice to meet you too.
Glad to see you in good health.
And it's so good to see you all again.
All right. So we've added a new person to the crew. But everybody else knew who she was, not us. Same with Tarman and Dollman. It's all just different. Yeah, I can't imagine that bed is all that comfortable. And next we'll hear...
Sam,
Yep.
you may now undertake your next... You can find the relevant main order by accessing the
And we gotta go across the river to go. Okay. Alright. Well, let's talk to Dollman quick.
For quite a while now, but that was the first time I've heard him speak about his son in that fashion. It made me wish that I could do something, anything to ease his burden. But setting aside those feelings, suppose that cat of his is in fact his son reborn. Why does it treat me as though I'm a threat? Does it just hate me? Reincarnation or not, perhaps it's still a cat at heart.
Well, you are also a doll.
So, the files say you worked with Amelie to connect everyone in the... But that despite your best efforts, an extinction event known as the Last Stranding seemed destined to... Until she single-handedly sealed off the extinction entity's beach, preventing countless BTs from... And in doing so, saved... But why am I telling you this? You of all people... The ultimate goal of Drawbridge's mission
She pushed us off the beach and sealed it off because she figured maybe there was a way for us to find a way to withstand the stranding.
Is that Horizon Dreamer I spy in your music collection? That's one of Daiichi. I'd love to.
Okay, so do you have anything interesting?
Did you notice that the mirror above your sink? These images change as we travel and actually show what's waiting for us outside the DHV. Prolonged living inside an enclosed space can be bad for one's mental health due to the unchanging. That's why
I like my windows
implement this particular
with the view of the mountains outside.
A digital photo, an easy to understand name. Anyway, it'll give you a preview of.
Fair. You have anything else that's interesting to say?
These days, they're able to collect all the ones on board the DHV Magellan are the latest model.
Alright, I don't think he's got anything interesting to say. Let's see if there's anything in those books. So we got Moby Dick. I can't see what the other one is.
Moby Dick, or The Whale, seems to be one of Tarman's favorite novels. As the name suggests, it's a story about a white sperm whale named Moby Dick. Captain Ahab, one of the main characters, uses a prosthetic leg made of whalebone to replace the one Moby Dick took long ago. He's obsessed with getting
an overview of the book or a review of it,
which he hates with a terrible passion, all while nursing the phantom pain of his lost leg.
Which, to be fair,
Ahab fails to exact vengeance.
It is a good metaphor for Sam going after Higgs.
Dragged into the sea. His crew's only survivor is Ishmael, the book's narrator. He was rescued after clinging desperately to a coffin-shaped life buoy. That's right, a coffin was his savior. Ironic, isn't it? How you use a thing makes all the difference.
Fair. Okay. I mean, I remember reading the book many years ago. It is... there's a reason it's a classic. It's not necessarily gripping, but it was attention-grabbing. It wasn't a bad book. Alright, let's get onward. I should think about getting new boots. Let's see here. Equipment. Boot. Okay. Should probably swap out the ones I've got on the backpack then. 'Cause they're both damaged. Pretty significantly. Either way. Alright. On we go.
Sam, your next order requires you to recover an escaped kangaroo. Seems the bushland area it hopped off to is one where the chiral density is extremely high. Meaning you'll need to get it back to the animal shelter ASAP to ensure its safety. This is a ticking clock situation, Sam. I'll brief you on the details while you review. Accept the main order from this.
Fair enough. Take on, let's search for a kangaroo.
Hey Sam, Charlie here. Since this is your first order involving the capture and preservation of animals, the kangaroo is somewhere in this area. Once you've arrived, use your Odra deck to begin searching. You can transport the kangaroo in your standard issue animal carrier. No need. Get close enough to the kangaroo and deploy the carrier to capture it. It will be a bulky piece of cargo, but you should be able to carry it on. However, you will need to traverse some heavily wooded mountains as well as rivers, and bear this in mind.
So we're gonna have to go on foot.
Time.
Maybe get a floating carrier. Alright. We just gotta go up this way. And then we need to go from there to there. Alright. Fabricate equipment. We need new boots. And we may need one of these. Floating carrier. Where is this animal carrier containment device? Guess maybe it doesn't exist and we'll get one. Yeah, it's gonna go on our back. This is gonna go on the boot clip. Attach to boot clip. Tar cannon. Okay. What are our options? Don't really need that. Or that right now. Don't really need any of these. I mean, yeah. Alright, we will head to the Magellan and drop some stuff off. Like the truck. Da, 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 la, da, da, da. Come on, go across the river. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna drop stuff off here. Okay, looks like we're ready to go. We do only have 30 minutes to go capture and deliver that target, so onward we go. Let's see if I can get there anyways. It didn't seem like it was going to be that far.
What in the world?
Oh no. Meteor shower? That's gonna speed this up.
I'm tracking a fresh bushfire near the injured kangaroo's location. Clock's ticking. Secure the poor little bugger ASAP and bring the shelter onto the chiral network.
Yeah.
Once the DHV Magellan can join you on site, we'll see what we can do about that fire.
Fair enough. But hot dang. Suppose this is their way of introducing you to the bushfires being a problem. Good thing I bought made a cannon. Oh. Let's try to outrun this. There we go. Whew. And they're coming down off the beach. That's not cool. Alright. Alright, can we put out some of this fire? Yeah. So that's how this works. Got it. Then we just gotta go... Oh! Not cool. Alright.
Hey, Sam, over there! I see the kangaroo! Get
Yeah.
close enough to put it in an animal carrier for transport.
Yep. That's the idea. And then...
Alright.
I can carry it on my back. Oh, shoot. Not ideal. It's gonna be heavy. We need to get out of here.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route final.
Okay. I just kind of need that to tell me where I'm going. By all means. Okay. Well, we are now going to have to take out our cannon. Give us a walking path. It's gonna be...
Look out, Sam! Fire!
Yep.
We need to get away from here as quickly as possible.
Yep. Which is why I'm trying to put out a pathway here. Come on. Give me a walking path. That's all I need. Come on. There we go. Oh, that's gonna hurt. But okay. Oh. Looks like if I go this way, maybe. Oh, come on.
Are you injured, Sam?
Nope. I'm good. I'm good. That was a pain in the backside, but we're good. I know, Lou. Hold on. Alright. Let's try this way. Every time that they start coming down, it's like they're aimed at me. Alright. Come on. We're almost there. Well, that was fun.
Still not sure how we survived that. Anyway, we have a Cupid to connect, right?
Yeah. We might get there on time. Hopefully we can still get an S rating. If not, well, what do you do? There we go. Otherwise, you know, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Deliver. It's not like I had any chance or choice with that. There was an awful lot of fire going on.
We've heard all about you. Go ahead and connect.
Plus the meteor that came down on our face, which didn't help things. Alright. Now we got that next part linked up. The animal shelter staff. Chiral network coverage expanded. Decoy holo grenade. Grenade that produces a decoy hologram to draw enemy attention. They're giving us a lot of weapons and tools for fighting. It's kind of surprising. Okay. I'm guessing she's the reason why Fragile is no longer, well, fragile. Not affected by the timefall damage she sustained. Aww, it's adorable.
Thank you, Sam. Don't worry about the fire. Rainey will put it out for us.
Tell me though, who is she exactly?
It's been about 6 months now, since I first heard about the girl who brought the rain.
Okay.
Whenever I stepped outside, the timefall came. There was nothing that I could do to make it stop. And they hated me for it. Including my parents, who told me to leave. I was the witch who brought the timefall. A monster to be locked up in a cage. A few even tried to burn me alive. The most dedicated witch hunters.
And looks like Higgs. And her power would be fascinating if Timefall wasn't so devastating.
I was alone for so long.
But it doesn't seem like when it rains around her that it has any effect. Fact reverses.
In desperation, I enrolled in a special UCA program, hoping to find purpose as a mother. Hi there. You're safe. But even after I got pregnant, I still couldn't find anyone willing to take me in.
So she calls down regular Timefall by accident. You know, it's just how it works. But why are you chasing her down if you want her to go?
Stop it!
Oh God! I'm sorry. No.
Yeah, you fucking deserve that.
Right now.
Please.
God, get out of here!
No. They deserve what was coming. You can't sit there and assault somebody and then beg for mercy when they strike back. That's stupid. You're a coward.
To be hated and feared. Until that day.
Cowards annoy me. You get hit. If you're going to strike at somebody and hit them and assault them and then beg for mercy when they turn around and do it back, no. You should never have struck in the first place. The moment you let your fist fly is the moment you should expect to be struck back.
Who's asking? Someone who's been looking for you. For you and your power.
You want my power? Why?
You're a pharmacon. Medicine that can harm, poison that can heal. It's all in how you use it. Want to come work for me?
I mean, it makes sense for her to be also very unsure
I believe you can save the world.
of an offer for help
You do?
after all of that.
There are things only you can accomplish.
Only me. Really?
Really. My name's Fragile. And I'm happy we could finally meet. I'm here for you.
Fair. I mean, her reaction makes sense after everything we just saw her go through.
For both of you. I'll be your umbrella. And together we'll show the world the hope in your reign. Come on. Who wouldn't want the baby to catch a cold? Come on.
I mean, yeah. And then they jump. Or not. So, couldn't she have done that before we got the kangaroo out of there?
Drawbridge is even more amazing than we'd heard. Thanks to everything you've done for us.
Then we wouldn't have had to deal with the fire?
And the facilities are holding up just fine. It's a wonderful relief.
I suppose you can't control
Check your orders now.
such a large area of timefall, maybe. Yeah, of course, it's a bee.
Kangaroo seems to be good and healthy. Nothing to worry about.
Okay. New music.
I hope you'll continue to work with us. The kangaroo? Oh, she's so very special to us, and we're relieved to have her back. Once she's had a bit more time to recuperate, we'll move her to the reserve next door where you can visit. By the way, we've uploaded our decoy. You can trigger it remotely once thrown. It might just save your life.
Alright. What's special?
We first found her in an area with high concentrations of chiralium. How wild animals are affected by prolonged exposure is something we still... But it's thought this may be a key factor in how chiral creatures... So, you can see why
Alright. Fine.
The bushfires caused by chiral cinders and animals behaving strangely and getting hurt. But I've heard that these environmental anomalies might be resolved once and for all when it's... So I've got high expectations. Speaking of which, it'd be a simple matter of capturing any wild animals you see out on their own, and even a few would make a real difference.
Well done, sir.
Capturing animals,
I'd like to...
dragging them across the country onto, or the continent.
Well done.
I mean, I guess it makes sense for preservation's sake. Alright. Well, we can head back to here. And I think... At least for now, I'm gonna take a break from the main story and go do other things. But we'll see what they have to say to us first. Okay.
When she's outside, Rainie's constantly surrounded by timefall. But within a 1.5 meter radius of her body, a different kind of precipitation is observed.
So like I figured, it was a limited range around her.
Restored to an earlier state. In other words, it has the power to heal and repair, to counteract timefall's effects. Sadly, people only see the timefall, and not the remarkable woman standing in the eye of the storm.
I mean,
no signs of growth?
All things considered.
Day now. If things were normal, that is. But the baby's still stuck at 7 months.
She has still baby syndrome. Have you ever heard of it?
I met a few preppers in Mexico that had something like that.
They're not isolated cases. It seems to be happening everywhere. Though who knows if it's a syndrome or a symptom of something else.
Simply put, the fetus stops growing at about 7 months. To be clear, it doesn't die, but it no longer moves, as if it's frozen in time. Several treatments, including C-sections, have been attempted. Unfortunately, removal from the womb invariably results in death. And while not all pregnancies are affected, It's yet another contributing factor to the already low birth rate. The Genetic Diversity Conservation Initiative just isn't enough to compensate.
You got any idea what's causing it?
There's
something on the
speculation
beach.
that it's due to an imbalance in the beach itself. I'm sure it's been explained to you before that countless individual beaches exist, a multiverse of beaches, so to speak, and that they are all governed by an upper beach on a higher plane. Expansion of the chiral network to cover the whole UCA may have inadvertently disrupted the link to that beach. Or so they think.
BB units were also 7-month-old fetuses. So it's not hard to believe that the beach might very well influence the unborn.
Okay.
While I can offer you no concrete answer, I can state that the plan to extend the chiral network into the Australian
So I went back
to take it worldwide
and got to the point where you chose Charlie's personality. The only one you can actually select is Die Hardman.
It is possible that we may resolve the issue of still baby syndrome.
If you choose Dead Man, he says, that's a little crass, don't you think, considering he just died? And then Dead Man, or Hartman, he says, no, you're going to be seeing him soon anyways. And then when you select Lochna, he's like, Malignan, or Maligna, and Lochna, adding a third personality? No. And then leaves you with just Die Hardman. But what do you do?
Sam, it's Charlie. You'll be happy to hear that a request has come in which will take you to your next destination. Unfortunately, those nearby facilities have the capacity to prepare the cargo. So it's going to be a long-distance delivery from West Fort Knott instead.
Oh, that's great.
Moreover, this request requires you to transport a large quantity of cargo.
Which means the truck.
Will need to be given to your route and your means of traversing it. You'll also need to think about what equipment you might need. Oh, and the DHB must just open your ring turbine.
Yes, we're aware. Okay. So I'm going to pause recording here, and I'm actually going to spend some time doing work getting all of our other stuff up and running. Getting star levels up with different links and whatnot. Alright. So, I went and got... this is actually a lot to explain. I went and did every single aid request that we could. There was a lot of running around. Also to go over it, can I see? Yes, kind of. Like I got to 3 with at least everybody, but I went to 4 with most of the ones that give us weapons. And we have a lot to deal with, or a lot to work with now. So, like the level 2 floating carrier, level 2 boots, even though they're not called level 2, level 2 battle skeleton, which helps a lot. We now have access to the sticky gun, which I never used in the first one. We have level 2 of the shotgun, the assault rifle. Didn't get level 2 of the machine gun. Couldn't figure out where to do that. That might actually be the first site in Mexico, and I just didn't get there. We got the upgraded pistol, a tranq gun with a silencer on it, but it's short range, and then a better sniper rifle, which is just lightweight. And what it seems to be is there's a lightweight variant of every weapon, or at least most weapons. And then there's a level 2 which has attachments on it. Like this one has a grenade attachment. This one also has a grenade attachment and a flashlight. Level 2 blood grenades. And then there's a bunch of like stealth hand grenades, which might come in handy. The upgraded melee weapon, There's the twin rod, which allows you to do like flurry attacks, and then this one is just higher damage. Kind of thinking maybe we want one of these. Now that I'm looking at it. I also went around and repaired all the roads. So we now have as much road as we're getting. When did I find that? Okay, we don't have as much road as we're getting. Oh. And that'd give us a road all the way up to here, and then there's another one out here to the next place. We might... Oh. Do I want to do it? Kinda. Oh, well, what do we do? Oh, there's 2 pavers to over there. And they require quite a lot of material at this point. Yeah. I'll touch on those next. Give myself something to do when I'm just sitting around. So we're gonna start the next main mission. That took a lot longer than I care to admit to do all that. I'm sure it would have been faster if I'd been doing it as I went instead of going backwards. But again, actually, it probably would have taken just as much time. Just would have taken longer to get to here. Alright. Wow, that does require quite a lot. Let me take a look at the route that we would have to take. Alright, so it would get us to... Yeah. Okay. So it actually kind of makes sense to grab a bunch of materials and go set these up. Alright. I'm going to do that. You know what? No. What I am going to do is I'm going to put my truck away. Store. That's fine. So I'm looking at the whole pathway. Best bet is actually probably to grab one of the floating carriers. Tier 2. Yep. We're going to put it in our backpack. Let's grab the... I think we can put things on the back of this. Okay, so if I take the floating carrier off, can I attach? No, I can't attach it to the back of this. Alright, I gotta review some things here again. So our map, if we take the monorail to here, I think we can just take the truck across and around. Then we would want to set up, because we'd have to go up to here, then cross. I guess it would depend on how deep this river is, but we could always go back and recover our truck if we need to. I mean, because the other route is basically you follow all the way up to here, come back down, and try to cut through here. Actually, you would probably go across, down, and follow the coast anyways. So our best, what I'm looking at is probably just utilizing the floating carrier and bring it all over here. And foot. Detach carrier, pick it up. Let's put the bike away. It doesn't matter if I leave it out, but Might as well store it in the garage for now. Let's go do this. Or we just build a crap truck we don't care about losing. Yeah. Could be a decent secondary option. Start with the truck and go from there. So let's do that. Take on the order. Yep. That's fine. Alright, so we need to go... Oh, we need to go all the way up there anyways. Oh, this is fun. Alright, so we might just take the truck anyways then. Alright, we're gonna follow the road. I was thinking that we were going here for some reason. Looking at it, yeah, it makes sense. We're going there first because we gotta link everything up. So let's go here, then up to here. Sure. Then we go to these guys. Up and over. Could probably bypass that spot if we need to. And then to here. Alright, so let's go vehicle. Huh, I already have another one there. So let's put a truck and vehicle customization. Put a battery or two on it. Yeah, that works. Done. That's all it needs. Let's do... I kind of preferred that way around, but instead of red, let's do that color. Then we put everything onto the truck. And if we have to swap to the floating carrier, we can. And off we go. Come on. Yeah. Alright. And... Okay. Oh. Fair, I suppose. I mean, rough that we can't... I'm glad I went and did all my traveling already, I guess. Just kind of weird that they pull that when you're already on a big main mission anyways, so what does it matter? Either way. Alright. Oh. Well, that's going to be fun. All the chiral critters. So I figured out what they actually do is they attack your battery. If you don't have battery, they'll damage your stuff, but they don't actually hurt you. What the... That was weird. Just like giant footprints from a BT, but there was no BT nearby. That's no good. Alright, let's get down here. Could probably take this place on for some materials. I mean, we got the weapons to do it. I made sure to come armed. There's a road paver right there that I could contribute to because of it. You know what? Let's do that. Let's have some fun. Alright. Assault rifle. Show me where everybody is. He's right here. Come on, poke your head up. Yeah, apparently none of the bullets are bullets. They're just rubber bullets after a fashion. Come on. You're down. I got a little better at fighting. He's down. Your little friend here on the side. Oh, come on. And he's down. See, anybody coming at me? I don't see anyone. Ooh! That got close. There they are. Come on. And you're down. Ow, that hurt. Who else? Who else we got? You're coming up. Okay. There's another one behind you. Guaranteed there's one more. What about any others? Let's switch to this. Anybody else? Anybody else want some? I don't see anybody else associated. Weird. Oh, let's bring the truck up in. All right. Partially because, oh, somebody's shooting at me from up there? No? It's from over there. Okay. Alright. You. Gotcha. That third shot wasn't necessary. But there we go. Enemy base neutralized. That first shot went wide. I just straight up missed. I didn't account for him moving. And yeah. So I straight up went shot went wide. Let's take a look at what we can pick up here. If there's any materials to be grabbed. Oh, 50 metal. Some special alloy, which we've got a lot, but really not much here. What about the other boxes? I mean, there's going to be a few. There's going to be some material laying on the ground, too. Alright. I don't see anything this close up, though. Which, fair. Alright. Okay. Our truck is now heavily loaded. What I'm going to do to mitigate some of that is we're going to go offload the metals and ceramics we just picked up at a spot that will need it. which is going to be right here. I will never complain about getting roads built near where we need them. Oh, come on. I hate that so much. I mean, I don't actually hate it because it's nice to be able to visually know what I've actually selected. I hate that I keep doing that incorrectly. Like, I forget to hit square because select multiple is a special button. I mean, it makes sense to do, though. Instead of making you double click X to, yes, I want this one, it's, alright, X, I've already selected the one I want. Square, I had to make a conscious choice to select multiple things. Makes sense. Still throws me off every time because I'm so used to most games making you select with X. But either which way. Oh geez, these quakes are getting pretty frequent. I think this is just where we're going. Yeah. Alright. Alright. I suddenly had to use the bathroom. Sorry about that. But let's get moving. That was a big one. So the gate quake. It was an 8. Damaged nothing though, apparently. Destroyed nothing. But that's concerning. Let's get through this. Our assault rifle weapon level went up. Get through that part. Fair. I thought this was going to be rougher than it was because of the way they kept hyping up that this was going to be a massive delivery and there was going to be problems and how the Magellan couldn't move. Ooh, we got woods. Alright. Well, we'll skip that because it's the same every time. Alright, so we're starting to get through. We're now a third of the way through Australia. And we got a squares pattern. And then a memory upgrade, obviously, that always happens. Okay. What? Oh, is that new tip? No, it's a blade. That looks a lot like the sword. Blood boomerang. Thrown weapon loaded with Sam's blood that is especially effective against BTs. The more blood that is loaded, the greater the damage. But don't overdo it. The boomerang cannot be thrown if Sam's blood levels are too low. Okay. Alright, so they had to make the blood bags have more utility, even though they took away the need for bleeding us constantly. Oh.
They've rapidly improved their arsenal in recent days.
God dang it.
Honestly, you couldn't have gotten here at a better time. Thanks be to you, we'll finally be able to focus
Why
on our
is
research.
OBS
As the chiral network
occasionally
has expanded,
turning
we're
off the
seeing
audio
more
from the
and more
video
anomalies
capture
outside the
device?
bounds of its
That is
coverage.
annoying.
This has led the brigands to conclude that the network itself is responsible for the worsening state of the world, which is why they're opposed to its expansion. But it's not like we can sit back and do nothing.
It's not
If we don't
those.
try to improve things, Humanity's doomed to go extinct.
It's not that key. I don't know why it's doing that. Weird.
One day they started sporting a whole lot more weapons, including grenade launchers with custom tranquilizing gas rounds.
Okay.
Thing is, the brigands don't have a chiral printer at their base, as far as we know. So, where'd they get all the new...
And aren't they opposed to modern, like, chiral printing technology and stuff?
At this observatory, we focus on monitoring the behavior of tar currents. There's a patch of BT territory due north of here, and just beyond it is land that's currently being subsumed by tar.
Well, that's not
There's
good.
no telling when the facility will be lost to the tar as well. So it's important that we contribute to the research and development of incidents of tar current instability have grown more frequent, but we haven't been able to determine much more than... Thanks to the chiral network, though, we expect we'll be able to improve our instrument accuracy.
Fair. This is the only actual, like, new piece of
All
information.
the ins and outs of the boomerang. I then designed a new type that's effective against BTs as what? You infuse it with Doom's blood before throwing it. The bigger the charge, the greater the... Naturally, most people would have to rely on blood bags sourced from donors, but since you have Doom's, you can also use your own blood on the spot. Unlike traditional firearms, it hardly makes noise. If your enemies don't actually see you throw it, they'll have a hard time finding you.
Fair.
That said, don't expect it to do too much damage to humans. Not unless you manage to hit them in just the right spot, at least.
The neck, the head,
We appreciate the help.
the
Best of
hand.
luck to you, Sam. The tar currents are acting up again. Guess it's back
Oh, yeah.
to work. Let's both...
Keep on keeping on.
That was excellent work, Sam. Thanks to you, the better part of the
I
Western
miss Die
continent
Hardman.
has access to our services. Now it's time for you to head north and continue to expand network coverage. It is imperative that you connect all of Australia, stabilizing the environment and eliminating the remaining anomalies. There will be challenges, of course, but I know you have what it takes to overcome them. I expect more great things from you.
Okay.
Sam, this is Tom here. We believe that we finally determined the location of whatever's thrown the tar currents into chaos. The chiralium levels there are pretty high, though, and BTs are almost certain to be present as well. I hate to ask, but would you mind taking a look for us? It's close to your current position. I've sent you the coordinates. We're counting on you, Sam.
Fair enough. What are we going to do? So, we're here. Okay, it's just on the opposite side. Looks like a tar pit. Okay. No. Whoa. Looks like we just need to go down here anyways. Alright. Yeah, that's knocking us off our feet. That's another 8. It's pretty significant, I would think. Looks like there's tar floating up to the sky, so probably another boss fight. Kind of surprised it's happening this early, but at the same time, kind of not. This is about the time period where in Death Stranding 1 we were doing a lot of fights in rapid succession. Okay. It's a wall of tar. That, I mean, looks hauntingly beautiful. Don't get me wrong. But what is it? It's another Sam? And they're not quite perfectly mimicking each other or mirroring each other. There's like a time delay there.
Look out!
Yeah. Oh. Somebody should have known that was going to happen. I like it's holding its thumb up and then down. Huh. Fireworks going off. City on fire. Interesting. Okay. And he's wearing a bag over his head. Eggs? Maybe? Those are lost souls beside him. So is this another Unger situation? Oh. It's Neil. Kojima's not beaten the Metal Gear Solid tie-in allegations at this point. Just saying. Yeah. My world's on fire. How about yours? Is that Mama? Okay. Let's rearrange our cargo here. There we go.
Where are we?
That is a great question, doll man.
The spirits of the dead are close.
Yeah. We can see them.
Heads up, Sam. It's not safe.
No. I didn't think that was. Not that we had a whole lot of choices there. Kind of a shame that we didn't bring a tar gun. Oh boy.
Don't underestimate them.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so knocking that one's head off didn't do any good. Let's grab an extra weapon. Okay, so you do have to do more damage than just the head. Clearly. I mean, the first one was a good indicator of that, but the second one confirmed it. Got you. Almost. Alright, so how are we getting through this? Or are we not? I mean, our best bet might be to just jump. Yep. That was about the only choice there. Can we grab that other... No. Can't grab that other assault rifle. I was kind of hoping. Alright. And there's all these sparklers and whatnot going off. Find him. Find who? Find me? Okay. Gotcha. Reload. Whoa. Where? Don't see. Oh, they were up above me. So I wasn't looking up. Now I should be in a better position. There we go. Huh. Weird. So, yeah, this reminds me of the Unger situation. You know, the first time we go flying into a battlefield and whatnot. It's kind of cool. Really kind of cool. And then there he sits, waiting. Why did he try to stop the watch? So it's not Higgs. Could be an alternate universe Higgs. The obvious parallel to Kojima's past work of Metal Gear Solid with the snake lines. Snake? Snake! I've heard him being referenced as Neil in memes and whatnot.
Wait, are they trying to lay a trap for us? The Odra deck is reacting to something. We should keep an eye on it and proceed with caution.
Yeah. There's that one. There's that one. Let's reload. Yeah, there's the guy just chilling right back there along with those three. Or those two. Yep. Take you down. You down. Come on. Should probably swap to a different weapon then. No, assault rifle won't work.
There's too many. You can't handle them all by yourself. But maybe split them up and take them one by one.
Well, that was the plan originally. So where's the last guy then? So he's right there. Ow. He's taken more than a few shots. Okay. He's over there.
He's escaped, Sam. Up into that tower.
Yep. And he brought everybody else back with him. This means maybe the shotgun will do me some good. But I can't get into the tower. Maybe this way? Come on. Oh. We got knocked down. Yes, BB, I'm aware.
He's too quick. Must have gone up to the roof.
Up to the roof? What roof? So he's not over here. Not over here? Where am I? Oh, they're over there. Okay, what do we have ammo for? Actually. Can I maybe figure out where they're all over there still? Okay. I'm missing badly. Where are they? And he's down and moved again. Okay. So what's next? So they're over there. Can I maybe use the sniper rifle? Ow. Well, that's not cool. Alright. He's the one over there. Alright, so he is now where? Over there. He's hiding. These shots do nothing on those guys, which I really shouldn't be surprised by. This guy, he can't take these shots. Come on, stand still for half a second. Ow! What is doing that? Okay. So they're moving down to there now. They've moved up. Not that we're not almost out of ammo. Okay. Figured that shot out now. And he's over here. Come on. I thought I moved out of the way of that. I was really hoping I did. Where are you? Where are you now? I can't... What? Where do I go? I mean, the outer deck is telling me this way, but I don't see anything that way. Let's switch to a closer range weapon. So where? Where is our foe? They're back over here. Center. Yep, took him down again. Okay. But what? What's up with Neil Snake here? Yeah?
Did he say Nirvana? Is he implying this is some sort of realm for the enlightened?
No, well, maybe. Or he's hoping for a realm for the enlightened. Or he was calling for an artillery shot right on his location. Ooh. That's not good. Aww. An adorable little rodent. The hell? I have no idea what's going on.
It's her, isn't it? The girl from before? I have no idea what just happened, but we should probably take her back to the DHV Magellan, huh?
Fair enough. Looks a lot like Lou. I mean, I could just be seeing things there, but... So we're Master Transporter level 2. Whatever that means. I could be seeing things, but it looks like they made the face look similar to Lou. current guess is that that's Lou after a fashion. It licks up tar. Yeah, that tongue. What'd that tongue do, though? No. Ugh, no. I hate myself for that one. What are you injecting her with? Tar comes out of her. If you get anywhere near the center of those things, they shoot out spikes. Got it. And if you rip one out, it spits tar at you. And timefall. And the eyes open. And they look freaky. Okay.
How's it going, Sam? You look better already. That's a relief. While you were recovering, we managed to learn a few things about our mystery girl. When you feel up to it, come to the room next door.
Okay.
Don't push yourself. Take your time.
Oh boy. Alright, I suppose let's get into the next room.
Careful.
Come on.
Careful.
Come down.
You got it?
Come on.
Well, maybe it's not Lou.
This is what happens when she has nightmares, it seems.
There are those who connect with the beach during REM sleep, allowing a tremendous amount of chiralium to flow into their bodies.
Maybe it is. Makes me wonder.
Hey, is your wrist gonna be okay?
Yeah. We ran some blood and DNA tests on her. And checked her for signs of injury.
As far as we can tell from a medical perspective, her health is in perfect condition. But that doesn't make the chrysaloid shell in which we found her any less troubling. Not to mention the tar-like fluid that came pouring out of it. We're still analyzing both. And there's more.
You mean those suckers?
Indeed. But that's not what I'd call them.
Oh.
Much closer to a chiral rash, I would say. You know how chiral allergies can sometimes trigger goosebumps? It's like that, except a fair bit worse.
Yeah.
Tar-like secretions can accelerate the passage of time on contact, it seems.
We suspect she has dooms too.
And that when she's levitating...
Suspect, huh?
She's experiencing the nightmares common amongst sufferers.
That space or realm she left behind to come here. The fellow we saw called it Nirvana, I believe. But to me, it looked like the land of the dead.
Even so, she's a living human being. And I believe that she was born in that place. After things settled down, I spoke with her for a little. Or tried to. She was still in shock, which made it harder to communicate.
Did she tell you her name?
Well,
doesn't seem.
But if we go by a Latin
as far as I
perspective,
so
you could be saying Nirvana,
I named her myself.
which means not empty.
Tomorrow.
Or not in vain.
Tomorrow, huh?
So we'll... Or yeah, tomorrow.
Sam, it's Charlie. We've recently
Okay. Well, I guess let's first take a shower and do all that, but okay. We're gonna go to the surface. Let's see what happens. Probably see yet another... No? Okay. We don't get to see a new event.
Before I forget, Sam, it seems you left some cargo behind outside the Northern Environmental Observatory.
Really?
Where the tar bubbled up before we were whisked away to the other side. You remember all that excitement, yes?
Yeah.
Anyway, Tarman was kind enough to collect your cargo for us. It's been placed in your private locker
But
aboard
everything we had was on us. It's still on us. Weird.
Sam, we've received an urgent request from the Northern Environmental Observatory. Brigands to the west of the facility have got their hands on a large stockpile of weapons and have taken it back to their base.
Fair.
This happened shortly after the recent tarfall abated. The surrounding area was littered with a massive quantity of cargo that had been washed up by the tar. The brigands wasted no time gathering up everything they could and hauling it back to their encampment. This included weapons and gear unlike any
Oh, this is gonna be a new beginning.
new brigand units in the field. These ones are wearing red, reinforced armor, accented with luminescent light strips. As their unique appearance suggests, they're more resistant to damage.
Fair.
Melee and electrical attacks are especially ineffective.
Okay, so we can no longer just punch people down as easily.
Combat, and their sudden deployment is troubling to say the least. Their presence likely indicates that the brigands are gearing up for... If we ignore this development,
Weird.
the brigands could use their new toys to attack the observatory, and there's no telling what might happen. So we need to seize all of them before they have it. Moreover, latest data from the observatory strongly suggests an explosion of some sort occurred just beneath the Earth's surface not long ago. APAS analyzed the shockwave and has concluded that it is consistent with the type produced by ground-penetrating ordnance. This leads us to believe that the cargo the brigands secured may have included directly assaulting the brigands using firearms risks triggering these devices. Any sort of catastrophic explosion may also have an adverse impact.
What I just got from that is
therefore critical that I implore you to take.
We can't use firearms, but also they're going to be strong against what we're being allowed to use. That is BS. Alright, let's get in. I'm already mad. Just, yeah. Oh hey, we get the private locker now. I was wondering why we couldn't use the private locker. I don't know why either, but... Alright, well we got that, we got the trank rifle, so that's not going to be useful to us. Let's carry one of those just in case. Alright, let's recycle these. And store the materials. Fabricate. We need new ones of these. We should bring a Ebola gun, the Trank handgun, not going to be able to use that. Let's try one of these out. And a BT grenade. And I'm gonna bring a shotgun just in case. Alright, put all 4 of these into the utility pouch. Place in backpack, backpack, handgun holster, grenade pouch. Sure. Then actually put this onto tool rack. Garage. Garage was the one I wanted to go to. We're gonna take this one. 'Cause it does have some armor protection for us. So there's that at least. But with that, I suppose we'll run into the next mission in the next episode. Thank you for joining me here by the campfire. If you can like the video, comment below, let me know what you want to say down there. Yeah. Join the Discord if you want to. Keep up with what we're doing. And subscribe if you want to. And as always, have a wonderful day.